13th they are in the table at the moment. And that's after a decent run of form in the last couple of games. Mark Brees, well, that's not Mark Brees, but Mark Brees, the Cameroon coach, still very much at loggerheads with the Fecafoot head Samuel Eto'o, the Cameroonian legend. Didn't even get a congratulations when he qualified them for the Africa Cup of Nations, so said the Belgian coach. And we're underway then here. Cameroon in their usual green tops and red shorts, kicking from right to left in this first half. Be interesting to see just how fast they try and start here, Cameroon. Do they try and get the game won and then conserve energy for their next game coming up in 5 days' time? Bassagog, though, picks up the ball on the left. Puts a ball in, headed away at the near post, but quickly picked up by the indomitable line midfield. Skills there on the edge of the area. Coming forwards here. First shot blocked. Eventually hacks away. Got to say, Andre Onana, I think, is going to be the least busy person on the pitch here today. Crossfield ball not quite going where Bassagog was looking for. That's nice play in midfield. Stepping away from a couple of challenges, but eventually the ball falling to Baleba, the Brighton midfielder. Help the Seagulls move up to 7th place in the English Premier League this season. Even in with a chance of the Champions League next term with a strong finish, but they've given the ball away here. Now, what can Eswatini do on the counter-attack? Well, not many players making the run forward there. Certainly the coach at Zdravko Ogorisic, the Croatian tactician, was, shall we say, realistic in the press conference ahead of the game with regards to his team's chances. Certainly, how do you set up for a game like this? He said, well, I try to tell them on the field it's 11 against 11. The target is to show the best of ourselves. We are a small country with a small league and not much population, but let's show the best of ourselves on the field of play. Cameroonian reporter then asked him how he was planning to exploit the indomitable Lions' weaknesses, and rather tongue-in-cheek, really. His reply, you talk about the weaknesses of Cameroon. Are you sure you actually have weaknesses? We will try to organise ourselves and have a proper game to represent ourselves properly. So balls has popped over the top there, but Mbuemo's never going to get on the end of that. Brian Mbuemo, by the way, has been in searing form for the Bees. Brentford, that is, also in the Premier League. The Brentford actually 11th in the table. Very much stuck in midfield there. 15 league goals already this season from Mbuemo. Obviously way behind the likes of Mo Salah in the scoring charts, but still, for a 25-year-old midfielder who was picked up for just €6 million a few years ago, it's turning into a fantastic bit of business for Brentford. Mbuemo brings the ball over halfway now to Nuhu Tolo on this near side. Baleba taking no risks. There's no need to take risks either at this stage of the game for Cameroon. Last thing they want to do is to give Eswatini the confidence of a mistake and an early goal, perhaps. Nice crossfield ball there, and Mbuemo picking it up and passing it over onto the right-hand side. First time cross, but slightly shanked that one off the heel bone by the looks of it. From Jackson Chichua. Mbuemo just coming in off his flank for the moment there. Foul in midfield. chance here for Eswatini to at least keep a bit of possession here. A long ball down the right-hand side. First foray into the Cameroon third of the pitch here for the hosts. They've been pushed back now, though. Doing well to keep possession here. Nice bit of patience on the ball as well. The home fans liking that. Cameroon back on the ball. Nice flick on that right-hand side, injecting a bit of pace. Good ball in, but took a big deflection there and picked up by the goalkeeper. Gisi Makanya of Royal Leopards, the man entrusted with the gloves today. Cameroon being incredibly patient in the opening few minutes. No real press here coming from Eswatini. Basagok runs at his man, makes a bit of space, gets the ball in, but too much on it, and Buemo come forward. In fact, there's an offside flag there. Let's have a look. There's no offside there. The offside must have been for the cross, but seems a little bit difficult with the cross having come from the byline. Difficult to be offside from there. Must have managed it somehow. Picked up and shielded up top. Eswatini back in possession, looking for some space in the channel down the right-hand side. A little nudge in the back as well, and that'll be a free kick for the host. Completely unnecessary there. Little shove in the back of Justice Figueiredo, one of the few foreign-based players for Eswatini, in fact based in South Africa, so he's actually playing on home turf here. Normally plies his trade for Richards Bay in the Premiership. So some defending to be done. Plenty of blue shirts to aim at. Referee not liking some of the contact inside the 6-yard box. We'll have a slight delay here before the free kick is taken. Opportunity to lay one short to our bottom left of your screen there as well. But that's exactly what they've done. Plenty of space for have a shot. And he does have a go at goal, but screws it straight over the crossbar. Plenty of time to set himself up there, though. Didn't even have to move much, really, to get onto that one. Did Kolisi Kontfu. But an encouraging start, certainly, for the King's Shield. Cameroon, as you'd expect, pressing a bit higher up the pitch than their opponents. But now being forced to sit back, and now the ball over the top, and they're through here. The offside trap has been broken, and it's a bit of a lack of composure, it has to be said. Justice Figueiredo onside. Goes between the fullback and the centre-back. There was an option to cut that one back, but only thinking of one thing. Now Cameroon back in possession. Feeling they just need to stamp their authority on the game here, stop Eswatini becoming too confident. The longer it stays 0-0, and especially if they create opportunities like they just did, Eswatini, they will become more confident, gain energy. Cameroon, though, sticking to the plan at the moment. That plan certainly seems to include plenty of cross-field balls. There's plenty of those in the opening 12 minutes or so. Nice run there. Ball flicked in, good header though, just near the penalty spot. Then the shot turns into a quite brilliant pass. Absolutely fantastic. And the referee gives the foul the other way. Martin Ongla. Tore it, beaten to it by his own defender. But the ball given away in their own third of the pitch there by Eswatini. Chua, slightly out of position at the moment, drifts back across the right-hand side. Buemo, central at the moment, but the ball given away there. And then the foul as well, as Hongla tried to win the ball back. Flicked on, but no one able to stretch the game and get in behind. The offside flag goes up anyway. Cameroon build again. That was Frank Magri trying to get involved in the game there, the number 9. Ball in. Thumped clear. Allowed to bounce. The header in behind, but no one quite making the run. Bassagog, still Bassagog. Lively little touch there on the edge of the area, but the shot side-footed straight into the hands of the keeper. Better than Cameroon though, nicely structured. approach play. Basagog breaking the line. Nice little layoff there. Martin Hongler it was with the shot. Slightly tame. Cameroon again, building up from the back. They've scored the first goal in 9 of their last 10 World Cup qualifiers, and that includes all 4 of the World Cup qualifiers they've played in this campaign in Group D. They've obviously failed to hold on to the lead twice, but those are both matches away from home. Scoring the early goal does, you do end up kind of being pushed back, don't you? And that was what was happening to Cameroon in those games, especially the one against Angola back in June. Chachua, slightly misreading the attempted pass. So far, so good. I mean, they haven't seen much of the ball. This is true, Eswatini. That one had to be cleared in a hurry. They're picking up the ball quite deep here, Cameroon. Eventually, will find its way to the keeper. Buemo claims a back pass, but it was very much a deflection. Eswatini, apart from maybe one chance, haven't really been stretched yet by Cameroon. Yes, they're sitting back and they are making themselves difficult to break down. Out of possession, they've got a back 5 there, a bank of 5 and a bank of 4, doing everything they can to shut down the indomitable Lions. They have had a couple of moments themselves in the final third. Cameroon need to be careful. Yes, they want to win the game. Well, you could say they need to win the game, actually. Cameroon. It's certainly a game they'll be thinking they should be winning. Certainly if they want to keep that advantage at the top of the group as well. You look at the other games coming up, both the other match day 5 matches in this group coming up tomorrow, with Cape Verde at home to Mauritius and Libya at home to Angola. That one promises to be quite tasty. Between Libya and Angola, 2 decent sides. Libya always difficult on home turf. Now Basagog. Nice turn on the edge of the area from Magri. Forced to turn back. Basagog gets it back again. Just a little bit grabby there, the Eswatini defender, but now Basagog in with plenty of space here to measure across into the near post, and the keeper, well, lucky. Abu Bakr made the run to the front post, and the keeper didn't really read that, came out to take the ball more in the middle of the goal. Any sort of touch there from Abu Bakr, and that's 1-0, with the keeper completely out of position. As it turned out, he was in the right place for the cross, but hadn't taken Abu Bakr's run into account. 33-year-old. Nearly getting on the end of that one. Scored 3 goals in Africa Cup of Nations qualification for Cameroon. He's also got 2 goals out of the 9 that Cameroon have scored in their 4 qualification games for the World Cup, at least so far. Hasn't had quite such success at club level so far this season, though. Abu Bakr. Inside Hatay Sport. Currently 18th in the Turkish Super League. Just saw a couple of replays there of some of the better opportunities for Cameroon. Brian Mbeumo front and centre in most of those, although Martin Hongler did have a good effort from the edge of the area, which he managed to put pretty much straight at the keeper. More aggressive defending this time from Cameroon. They've got plenty of men coming forwards for this one, and then just one too many touches from Magri. Gets the ball out to Mbeumo, puts the ball in. He's trying to find Abu Bakr at the back post. Is a little bit too much on it. And we have an Eswatini player down. Oof. Well, he'd already lost the ball by then, but that's definite. It's like arm to head, although the arm was to the side of the Cameroon player. Zdravko Garasic there. As the previously on screen, there's Mark Brees, the Cameroon coach. Now they're going to do a head injury assessment, I wonder here. There's definite contact to the head. So Fernando Mamba, 33-year-old. Just wanders off for the moment. Eswatini down to 10 men for now, at least. Goal kick played long, but too long on this occasion. Basagog can't quite trick his way past his man. Three Eswatini players round the ball, and eventually Sikonze emerges with it. Oh, there's opportunity here with the right ball in behind, just waited too long. Oh, wasted opportunity there for Eswatini. The player on the shoulder tried to stop his run, and the teammate just wouldn't play the pass. He was looking straight at him as well. That was a golden opportunity to get him behind this indomitable back line. It's been squandered here. Mbeumo. Mbeumo being shown onto his right foot. Eventually a bit too much on the final touch. Seen Fernando Mamba coming back on the pitch after his hits to the Tet a few moments ago. Cameroon again with possession just on halfway. Mbeumo tries to spread the prey over to the left. Lots of Cameroon players up there, everyone behind the ball at the moment. For Eswatini, they are making things very difficult. Ooh, ball given away and a chance on the counter-attack here. And a loose touch allows the defender just to get a foot in. I think that was Chichua. Again, bank of 5 and a bank of 4 facing Cameroon. Mbeumo's cross, well defended. Another shot comes in. That's blocked just on the edge of the area. Now Mbeumo over on that far side. He wants to come back onto his left foot, does so. Flicks one in, but again, too much on it. Brian Mbeumo had a few of those overhits so far today. One of which nearly went in, actually. Still trying to figure out. It was quite similar to that, but managed to hit the junction between crossbar and upright. A bit of confusion, ball given away, and Mbeumo beaten to the bouncing ball. Foul, says the referee, for that challenge from Christopher Wu. I mean, it did look like a good tackle, but trying to swap shirts just a little bit too early there, the Rennes central defender. This is better for Eswatini. Played into the channel. Figueiredo finds a teammate. Well, they've been pushed back a bit now, Eswatini, but now a bit of space for Dlamini to play with. Actually, 2 Dlaminis out there today. Number 4, Neliswa. Number 13, Innocent, or so he says. Oh, the foul goes against Nuhu Tolo, who, to be fair, couldn't have seen Benele Sikonze. Was coming from directly behind him, out of sight. There he is. He's got his eyes on the ball. And then suddenly arriving from behind him is the Eswatini player. I think the referee, yes, it's a foul, but good to see there isn't a yellow card for that one, because there's just no way the Cameroon player could avoid that happening, really, if he wasn't going to make any sort of challenge for the ball. And of course, in his field of view, there were no opposition players. Garasic on the sidelines there, we just saw a moment ago, looking at quite animated as well. He might be, his side holding the group leaders here as we go into the final 6 minutes or so of this first half. And still goalless. And a reminder that Cameroon have drawn both their away matches so far in this World Cup qualification Group D. course, from a set piece, anything can happen here. Just needs a quality ball into the area. The blue shirts line up. Good teasing delivery, missed by the Cameroon defenders. The ball plugs back in there. Now sliced back in, but Anana quickly off his line. Grabs that one out of the air and quickly tries to get Cameroon back onto the attack. That's a goal. Beaten to that one. Well, they can get the ball back in play here quickly, and Eswatini still haven't quite got into their usual defensive shape. That's a loose pass from Mbuemo, asking just a little bit too much of, I think it was Magri ahead of him. And the ball goes out for an Eswatini goal kick. Taken relatively quickly and short. There's definite passing getting better and better here from Eswatini as the first half goes on. They really are gaining in confidence. If they can get to half-time at 0-0, that would be huge for them. All of a sudden, 1 and 2 touch passing, and they're threatening to cut through the Cameroon defence here, Eswatini. They've only managed to get to 0-0 at half-time in one of their matches so far. The King's Shield, that their opener here at home to Libya, where Crower didn't bag the opener until the 53rd minute. Other than that, though, the damage very much being done in the first half of their matches. In fact, all of the goals scored against them since that opening match have been in the first half. They've managed to not concede in the second period so far in those last 3 games. Now then, Cameroon with a little bit of space to play with this time. Obubaka picks up the ball on this near side. Got a man to aim at. Throws for goal himself, and that's just over the crossbar. Well, the captain trying to do it all himself there. The keeper beating all ends up if that's in the top corner. A little bit too much on that pass. I think a giraffe might have struggled to get on the end of that one. Well, 2.5 minutes to go before the break. Cameroon still looking for the breakthrough. Eswatini looking to get to half-time at 0-0 and doing a very good job of it so far. And yes, they are playing a low block with a back 5 and a back 4. The ball's been allowed to run out of play there unnecessarily by Chachua. But yes, there's been a low block, but they haven't completely parked the bus here. They've been threatening to get in behind, and now they could be in trouble here, Cameroon. First yellow card of the game coming, I think. Oh, the ball over the top. The Cameroon defender on the turn and having a tangle there with the Eswatini player. Christopher Wu goes in the book. And the first player to be booked in this game so far. And it was good play. From Simanga Masangane. Free kick coming to nothing, but did well there just to cut across his man. Offside. And it looks at this stage, I can't imagine there's going to be much time added on here. We did have an extra minute or so after a bit of a hit to the head for Finello Mamba, the Eswatini number 8. So that'll add 1, maybe 2 minutes added on. Other than that, though, the game has flowed fairly well. Now another ball looking for space down the channel, headed away, but Eswatini are going to pick up the ball here, and they've suddenly got 4 or 5 players up in this attack. Nice play from Figueiredo. Nice little layoff there, but then played into traffic, and now Cameroon with another chance on the counter-attack here with space to attack into from Mbeumo if he can get on the end of this ball. And that's been put out for a corner. 2 minutes added on at the end of the first half here. Thank you, Madam Nabada. Mbeumo goes over to take this. He's going to swing this one in on the left. This is going to be, you suspect, arriving somewhere in the 6-yard box. Well, the keeper, Makanya, is going to have to be on his toes here. He's going to have a lot of traffic as well to get through if he wants to come and deal with it on his own. Mbeumo chips it into the near post. No one really attacks it, though, as far as Cameroon are concerned. Ball fed in there again. Again, doesn't reach the 5 Cameroon players waiting for it in the air, and there's a free kick now, though, and this is only about, what, 23, 24 metres out. This is going to be a fantastic opportunity for Cameroon to maybe take the lead just on the cusp of half-time. It'll be a dagger in the heart of the King's Shield. And the handball there, so he's going to take this, and Mbeumo looks like he fancies it on his left foot. He's already hit the woodwork once today and worried the upright with another. Mbeumo, though, steps away. Abubakar stands over it. Hongler as well looks interested. What's Anana doing up here for this one? I know Eswatini have got everyone behind the ball. I'm wondering if Anana's going to have a hit at this himself, you know. Now I can't remember of the Chile goalkeeper from years ago who used to take all the free kicks and penalties.